Hey guys, it's Deanna here from Squishy Peanut Marketing, and we have another tip video for you today. So we're continuing on with our series about MailChimp, and today we're going to get into one of the more advanced features of MailChimp. Even though it's advanced, it's a really cool feature that most third-party software systems for email allow you to do, and you should know that it's available and a little bit about how to use it. So I'm going to do a very simple example, but hopefully this will give you some ideas so you can start brainstorming how you might be able to use this resource for your own company. Okay, so what we're going to focus on today is autoresponders. What an autoresponder is it's a way to make your emails send based on different triggers that people can take when they subscribe or make an action on your website or do other things. So basically, it allows you to keep the communication going with your clients without manually having to schedule an email or send one out. So you basically create emails in advance that you know you want to go to different audiences that you have, and then they automatically send based on the parameters that you set up. So I'm going to walk you through an example. The first thing you want to do when you go to set up a new email autoresponder is create your list for your autoresponder. I've just created a testing list so I can use it as an example in this video. Okay, once you've created your list, so you go through the process of making it, then you're going to go ahead and create a campaign. Once you're in the campaign data dashboard, it's going to be an ongoing campaign, so you can click the ongoing section here, and then just go ahead and create campaign. From there, create an email, and then this is the part you want to make sure that you're creating an automated campaign. If you're not used to using these, feel free to go ahead and click around here and see what kind of options they offer. You can also do a custom one as well. So you can do things based on subscriber activity, you can do things based on e-commerce, so if you've got a shopping cart on your website, different date-based things. We've actually got some date-based things set up, and then an API. So if you've got a developer who's used to using APIs, you can do that. That's definitely a more advanced feature though. So just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to just select welcome new subscribers. So let's say somebody subscribes to your email and they do it from your website. Maybe you have just an email, subscribe to our email, and then you want to do a welcome subscribers. So we'll just leave this as welcome message, and then I'm going to go ahead and select that testing list. Now this is why I suggest you to select the list and set that up first before you do the campaign. That way when you go through these steps, it's already all done. So I'm going to do a welcome message, and you have additional options that you can do as well. So you just pick which one works best for you. But again, for just simplicity's sake, we're going to leave it as a welcome message, and then I'll just do my testing list. So from there we can begin the campaign. Now you'll notice this interface looks different than the other interfaces that we've used before. So from here, when you're in here, you're able to go ahead and select different parameters. So you can say when you want to send it. So for instance, if you didn't want to send it on the weekends, maybe you could unclick Saturday and Sunday, and then it would it would send out then the following Monday. Then when you want it to send, so you can select even send times. So let's say if somebody subscribes to your list at 3 a.m. and you don't want emails to go out to them at 3 a.m., you don't want it to go out until maybe 8 a.m., you can tell it to only send it at certain times. So you've got some different options. So we'll go ahead and save that schedule. You can edit your segments of people who you're sending it to. So if you do have segments with that different list, you can select those conditions. So if you want, you can go through different conditions, and if they're, let's say their, location is within 25 miles of a certain location, then you could go ahead and send them to those locations, for instance, so you can get better targeting options. So we'll go ahead and leave that, and I'll just cancel out of there. And then for your action, this is going to say, what do you want to do after it's done? So sending. So then what are you going to do? Are you going to unsubscribe them? Are you going to update a different field? So you can set this if you want to. Are you going to delete them from the list, or what are you going to do? And those parameters are really just going to depend on what the purpose of that autoresponder campaign is and what you're using it for. So if you've got a certain welcome campaign and then maybe you're going to take them through a welcome campaign and then you want them to go into another one of your buckets, because then you're going to start marketing to them differently and you don't want to continue on with a bunch of emails from that welcome campaign, you can tell it what you want it to do there. So that's where you can shift them to a different list and then continue on with the marketing funnel from there. Okay, then from here you can go ahead and design the email just like you would normally design any other email in MailChimp. So it works the same way. So I'm not going to go through that process since we already did in one of our previous videos. And then from there, you can go ahead and add different emails. And that way, this is the big differentiation between these autoresponder campaigns, is it's not about just sending one email, it's about sending a bunch of emails. So you have a really robust drip campaign going. So maybe you have a welcome email, and then maybe the second email you decide to give them some kind of a freebie that they can download. Then maybe the third email, you link them to one of your latest blog articles. And maybe the fourth email, you remind them that you offer a free consultation, or that you maybe have a sale or a promotion going on. And then the fourth one or fifth one, maybe you can slide in about some information about services without being too salesy. And then really just kind of warm up to them. So you build trust in those first few emails and then go from there in that sequence. So then once you're done with all of this, you go ahead and select next. And this isn't going to let me do it because, as you can see here, it's saying I haven't designed out my email content. But once the email content is designed out, then what you do is go ahead and start workflow. And when you do start the workflow, which is right down here, that's when it'll start sending, and it'll automatically start sending to people. Now keep in mind, be sure to test all of these emails before you go ahead and do it. Sometimes it can be a little glitchy, especially if you're working with other software systems for like maybe lead generation campaigns or something. If you're maybe working with lead pages or ClickFunnels, sometimes there is some extra testing and troubleshooting that goes along with getting the parameters to work. So just have patience and kind of just keep your end game in mind as far as what you're trying to do with these emails. So just a really cool feature that MailChimp offers. If you have questions or if you need help setting up these kinds of autoresponder campaigns, it is a service that we offer here at Squishy Peanut Marketing, as well as all of the other email marketing needs that you may have. So I hope you liked this video. Feel free to message us if you have any questions on any of our social channels. Thanks. Bye.